All right, so I've talked in previous videos about how the energy we bring to the world is reflected back to us by the world that we live in. So if you think you're not good enough, that is the world you're going to see. It's going to be mirrored back to you. So you have to kind of love yourself. But also, we have to understand that when we say that this person has made me angry, and we start to blame things and circumstances for the way we feel inside, then we are absolving ourselves of responsibility for our actions. So when you, I'm not a fan of Donald Trump. I don't like him. I don't think his motives are good. I don't think he's a decent man. But when he tweets something incendiary and the world erupts and everyone is firing his energy back at him, this negative energy back at him, they could say, and sometimes I feel this rage coming in myself too, they'd say, well, he made me do it, he made me angry. But it's not the outside world that's making you angry. The outside world is not literally reaching inside you and making you angry. Just like, when someone is being annoying, the annoyance is coming from within us. It's our reaction to the situation. So we have to kind of say, well, how much am I hiding behind this reaction? How much is this just a mask that I'm hiding behind? You see people who go about saying, well, I'm just an angry guy, or I'm just an easygoing guy, or I'm just that kind of person. And it's like a mask that you hide behind. You absolve yourself of any responsibility because this person made me angry. You hear people who lash out, and the question is, what did that person do to you to make you lash out? Chances are, unless they're actually physically abusing you or something like this, chances are that the emotions that cause you to do this, to say this thing, to do this thing, that they came from within you. So it's not this other person making you lash out, it's you lashing out. And as long as you're blaming the world around you for the way you feel inside, the more you absolve yourself of responsibility for your behaviours, your feelings, your actions. In here, and in here, this is your world. You are the master of this world, the master of your domain, as Jerry Seinfeld might say. And it's up to you to be, the ruler of that. Your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, they all happen within the sphere of you. And no one can reach in and do those things. They can manipulate you because they know that, most of us, we don't guard this energy, guard this sphere and this realm as we should do. And when you start to see a news story and you can say, I see what's going on here, and I see that my reaction is likely to be this, and people will play on that, you can say, well, hang on, I'm not going to react like that. I'm not going to get on Twitter and rage against Donald Trump, because all I'm doing is meeting his negative energy with my negative energy. And half the time, that's the game that's being played anyway. So there we go. So when you have a feeling coming within you, understand that feeling is created by you. It's your internal energy that's doing that. And understand also that really we need to start loving each other a lot more and understanding each other, because every time someone lashes out and every time someone hides behind a reaction like this, saying that this person did this to me, this person did this to me, these immigrants are doing this particular group of people are doing that, understand that there is something going on. There is a process that is going on, and we see ourselves in high definition, but we see as everyone else in low definition. So we see this kind of identity, this figure, but we don't see what's going on, the history, everything that they've been brought up to believe, to be, to conditioned to be. And when we start to try to understand people, as much as they might be completely opposite to us, then there comes the opportunity for real forward progress. A conversation doesn't happen when you slam the door on someone. A conversation doesn't happen when you rage against someone. But a conversation does happen when you start to understand and ask someone, where does it hurt? What's your viewpoint? Why do you feel like this? That's what we need to try and do. So before you react, before you rage, try to say, where is this coming from? So for example, the protests we've been seeing on the streets, the Black Lives Matter protests. A lot of people have been saying, well, violence is never an answer, looting and destroying property, there's no excuse for it. But hang on a minute, try to understand the context of this, the context of everything that's going on here. And similarly, when you see the police brutality, when you see the systems of injustice in place, try to understand the context of where it's coming from. Because by understanding or trying to understand, we open ourselves up to progressive debate. It doesn't matter if someone's wrong. Justice gets served one way or another. But if someone is wrong, or they have a kind of opinion, or they're coming from a position that's completely against what you believe in, try to understand their context, what drives them, because that's where debate happens and that's where growth happens. Before you go judging people and reflexively reacting to what's going on, try to understand. And because you would want people to try to understand you, wouldn't you? So the least you can do is offer that same compassion to other people. It's as simple as that. I would want people to kind of understand where I'm coming from. So the least I can do is offer that to them too. All right, that's the thought for today. Cheers. Bye.